But yeah, the stream is now up. I'll just get it shared. Me and Dion Warwick are in the house. Dion Warwick in the house.
Yeah, just tell me when it's live so I can say good evening, good morning, or whatever I need to
Yeah,
say.
it is now live, isn't it?
Okay.
You don't need to be too serious. It's cool.
Big C, I am chill. You're the one who takes it serious. You remember when you used to have heavy breathing before some of these league races? You used to be under a fair bit of pressure.
Alright, mate.
Back in the day.
You got a towel, just in case for the sweat. Anyway. I will see a little tweet out, but...
Get a bit of live coverage.
It is up though, give it a watch. So yeah, we're just waiting for the last few people. We've got a nice viewing. Nice number of people this week.
So what's the championship picture looking like ahead of this race?
Yeah, Remco still leads, but I think Tamer Azim and Nick have closed the gap down quite considerably. I'll get the figures up in a minute, but we're just tweeting that thing out.
That's fine.
Getting the coverage it deserves.
Honestly, think Mr. Human Fish needs to, dig into the wallet and, pay us commentators for.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wasting my evenings. Is it round 6? I put round 7. I think it's round 6.
Round 6 or round 7. All we know
Round
that it
6.
is the boiling point of the season.
Yeah, the legendary Spa circuit.
Yeah. Now, Big C, let me know what actually goes through your mind. You're waiting in the lobby before the race. Is there a sense of adrenaline?
No, I don't know, because usually there's a lot of banter in the chat. There's usually a lot of insults going each other's way. So, no, it's quite chilled actually before qualifying. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Just getting the digs into the people, the mind games, things like that. But yeah, I think in terms of the championship, Remco leads by 16 points. So he has a 1 race win over the rest of the field. Finished on the podium in all 5 races.
Wow.
So yeah, looking very strong.
And how many races left?
There is 6 or 7, I think. 7 races. So a lot of points on offer. But yeah, Tarazim, Jack and Pine are all 16, 70 points off. So really tight. And it looks like we are about to start. So it should be interesting. I think you can either do the 2-stop or the 1-stop. So a soft medium, or a 2-stop with a super soft. I think, but rain is always likely. But yeah, into qualifying we go.
A lot of drivers will not want to be sold pipe dreams around this circuit, or they did see.
I don't know what you mean. Pipe dreams.
Just, false hopes. If you qualify high at the grid, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have a good race here.
No, certainly not, especially as the super soft tyres do die quite quickly, so they might stick a good lap, but they'll certainly be dropping down the field, and obviously overtaking is very possible here.
And there are quite a lot of drivers with a lot of experience around this track, including us two as commentators, with 7 race wins between us. 4 for you, 3 for me. So
we were the kings of Spa.
Yeah.
Sadly, give someone else a chance to take the win after Le Boss took the win last season. And in terms of the weather, clear for qualifying, and it's going to be a cloudy race. So yes, that's good news because we'll actually see some overtaking.
Yeah, and if you just look at the menu there, it will get cooler towards the end of qualifying, and so it'll be interesting to see how the wind direction impacts cars down into Lacoon.
Into Lacoon, yeah, we'll see about that. But let's see, only 18 minutes and with a long lap, 7 kilometres long. Time gets used up pretty quickly. You can't get many runs in.
You've got to make sure you put in the correct amount of fuel load, because if you're chugging it back to pit lane, there's every chance that you might miss out.
So yeah, on board with one of the new drivers, the Big Chicks in the Toro Rosso.
The 4 chicks.
Yep, the 4 Chicks, or just Chicks, as he might want to be called.
And when you are a new driver coming into a league, it can be difficult, can't it? Especially in a league as tough as F1.
Definitely. You don't know who's clean and who's not. You just don't know exactly how to approach it. You just got to...
So it's all about picking your battles. You know, I used to look at it by, you know, the name of the PSN and you know, the flag. That used to be quite a way to guide myself around
The flag.
some of the newer drivers.
Yeah, I'm just changing the audio. Just reduce that. Just don't want our voices being overshadowed by the engine noises. But yeah, the Chicks, or yeah, we'll call them the Chicks. It's easier on the super softs.
That is the softest tyre compound available here, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Well, he certainly isn't protecting those tyres on his outlap. He is using them up. But is he the man we should ride on board with? It is his first lap hit around here. It's his first lap in the league. I think you've got to give him the honour.
Well, yeah, he's going to be the first man to set any sector times. He might just choose to set sector times as people used to do back in the day. Good evening to Game Freaker and Joshua Roberts, who says Money should set them out on the intermediate tyres. But with no base has crashed at Eau Rouge on the intermediates.
Oh, unbelievable! Would you believe it?
What an idiot.
And Manisha Kaltenborn, whose team last won here under Aaron back in Season 7. Wow, they're going to need something special for their team to win here again.
Yeah, so yeah, that's disappointing for him. So on board with the Chicks in the Toro Rosso car into Eau Rouge for the first time in the F1 League.
Unsighted as he approaches the top of the hill. It's a beautiful speed.
Yeah, so a long run down into Lecombe. You need a low 30 in the first sector. What can he produce? A 30.0, so very strong. Yeah, really nice.
Oh, look at that through Lecombe.
Lecombe, Iran. You can't say that. Lecombe.
Oh, my apologies.
So yeah, on board with the Chicks, a really strong first sector. His car does look up nicely.
Looking very quick, isn't he?
Yeah, down into Pujon, one of my favourite corners on the F1 calendar. Gear 6 takes it nicely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really nice Pujon from the Toro
This
Rosso
driver. Well, we could be witnessing something very special here. This looks to be a solid lap.
Yeah.
And this is one of the toughest corners here. You're on a good lap. You've got to make sure you get this right. Oh, a bit too much grass. Is it a corner cut?
No, the time's still running. Snap a lot corner, quite comfortable, easy, flat out in these F1 cars as we come down into that sector.
As he approaches Blanchimont, can he go flat out here? Some drivers used to lift back in the day, but no problem there. And here it is. He's got to get this spot on here. Into the bus stop chicane, one of the toughest corners on the racetrack. Smooth as you like. Out of the final corner. Good entry speed, good exit speed. It's all good. It's a 146.2. And where's that ranked, Big C?
So yeah, pretty okay. You need low 45s on the super soft tyres. So a better work to do. But Nick's on a good lap. I don't know where he is in all this. Nick Pitts. Nick was on for pole. Nick was on from 45. Type Regime at 29.9. Very strong.
Timer Azim, are you on board with him?
I'm trying to find him. Yeah, oh, he's corner cut actually. He's corner cut as Timer Azim. So Maxi Lucas line, there's a 46.1 on the soft tyre, so a very strong lap from Maxi Lucas on the soft tyres. The preferred tyres to start on, in my opinion. Killer Blue on a 0.3 with a purple last sector. The newcomer Plaslan Hun on a 48.6, so he'll be going again, I'm sure, on a soft tyre.
We need to be on board with Little Ramco here, the championship leader.
So yeah, on board with Ramco. Bang average middle sector, I'm afraid. Not where he wants to be. But he's not renowned for his quality pace, that is for sure.
So he's a driver who knows how to win titles. And he could be on course for another one here. He lost here to Iran for 2 consecutive seasons back in Season 7 and Season 8.
Yep,
but he has won here before.
Yes, a long time ago now. What was it? Season 10 was Ramco's only win in this league around the legendary circuit.
And let's remind us of Season 10. It was a season where Remco was on to win the championship, but a late revival from Iran, the dark horse.
Well, I was on to win until my 3-race ban. But anyway.
But we all know that experience shines through in the end. And Remco needs to show as much of it here as he can if he wants to negotiate a good result. There are some quicker drivers out there.
Very true. So Nick started back out on those soft compound tyres as the guys get onto their second runs. But yeah, a strong time from Max and Luca. I think a high 45 on the softs would be an optimum sort of lap, in my opinion. I think in the F2 League that's what they were doing, high 45s on the soft compounds. Yeah. And comment from Fairness. Fairness says he's still salty over the season 13 fiasco up the Kelm Straight.
Well, all he needs to remember about that is that, you know, impatience, and you get what you deserve sometimes, and, you know, I'm glad that I was able to spoil someone's race around here, and thankfully it was the hometown heroes, so, you know, sour grapes it may be, but he never really lived up to his potential in the F1 League, unfortunately. Showed a lot of promise, but just the end result was lacking slightly, but nonetheless, a good driver to race with.
Yeah, and he was good to have in the parties as well. So yeah, he was
very dramatic, very emotional, and that's what you like in a driver, someone who shows that they care about the league. And Fairness, I'm sure, will be enjoying this evening watching his home track.
Indeed. So yeah, some nice comments there from Ian about at the end. But yeah, no one's really on a lap at the moment as people are getting a new set of tyres on. As Two's Moose got taken out last race after challenging for the win.
Well, this is a man under so much pressure. Two's Moves. He's had a DNF at Monaco when he was on for the win. Could have won the last race. It's been a career of disappointment, but he's looking to right the wrong here. It's been a tough season for the Red Bull driver.
Oh, what 29.6 in the first sector. How do you do that?
Can he do it? Unbelievable.
How do you do that? That is some hacks.
I think the criticism is definitely...
That is a hacks first sector.
To prove he's
1-1 wings. It must be 1-1 wings, because I've not seen anything like that in my life.
Well, he is a very quick driver, but he just needs to make sure he gets that result. It would be so good for him if he was able to get a podium here today, if not even better.
But with that first sector, it's just insane. We know Tusmus is renowned for his pace over a lap. He set some blistering laps throughout his career,
but couldn't replicate them during the race. There'd always be contact with another
47.8, so a little bit off. You can tell he's running low wings, but I mean the low wings in this sector, it's just going to mean he's going to be on pole. I think you can see so now that braking zone a bit on the grass there into Blanchard corner. What can Two's Moves do? Yeah, but Tusmus, the professional pole guy is on a soft tyre, so 46.1 is the time to beat Tusmus. Into the chicane, the final chicane, DRS will be open to the line. Tusmus on the soft compound tyres. It's a 45.8.
Pole position.
A blistering lap from Tusmus. That is an amazing lap.
Wow.
That first sector is the best first sector I've ever seen around a track.
And could he get away with a one-stop here? With that, if he starts on those tyres, he's going to make.
Yeah, I think he'll be quite comfortable first. But yeah, Nick Pine has set an amazing first sector on those soft compound tyres. So yeah, Nick will be he's 5/10 off in the first, but in the middle he's 4/10 quicker than Tusmus. So yeah, I think he's looking for second here.
But if he nails that final sector, because Tusmus was apprehensive into the braking zone slightly and on the exit, but Nick Pine looks like he's done that a little bit smoother.
46.0.
And it's second. Oh.
Purple last sector as well. But that first sector from Tusmus was just amazing.
Did he do a bit of the Kimi Räikkönen line?
Well, I don't know what he did, because I do want to see it if he can upload that lap, because it was amazing. But back on with the chicks on a set of super soft compound tyres, he was certainly looking for pole on the super softs. A low 45 is what you want. Yeah, 30.1, but it's the middle sector where these super soft tyres are going to come into their own. So yeah, the chicks in the Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso won the Constructors and Drivers' Championship back in Season 12. So they have pedigree in the league. I think Remco had some success as well. So I think the time's froze actually. I think it might be fine for it.
Yeah. Well, there's a question in the chat for you, Bigsley. If you could have any one driver back in the F1 PSGL league, who would it be and why?
Myself. No, excluding myself. I think Aaron was always good to watch. Certainly in terms of wheel to wheel, he was very entertaining. So yeah, I say Aaron. But in terms of raw speed, I think Ali was the best. Certainly in recent seasons in terms of speed. So yeah, Ali or Aaron would be my choices for sure.
Thank you. It's nice to hear. And thank you for your questions, 7th Gear RL.
Yeah, oh, plus I had a bit of oversteer at the exit of Pujon on the soft compound tyres. He did 30.0 in the Sahara Force India, who have got a good record in real life around here, but also perhaps in this league. So yeah, what can he do? Hassan, only a 48.2. He did look like to be fighting that Force India in that middle sector. So yeah.
DJ Mania staring down the barrel as Sachin Tendulkar's special guest watches on in the pit lane.
So yeah, down into the tricky bus-stop chicane. Can he get the braking right? He gets it nicely, turns in. A lot of lock being deployed.
And this is a driver fighting to establish himself here in this league. It's not a bad time.
It's ahead of
for
Remco.
the Sahara Force India.
It's ahead of Remco, so I think he deserves some credit there.
Boy done good.
So yeah, so Maxi T's back out there, but on the soft compound tyres.
Oh, Rossi, is he being held up by the Ferrari? Out there, fighting for track position, but no, he's all pulled down.
So yeah, a couple of
questions. Is winding up for that.
Yeah, a couple of questions quickly before we get these. Oh, he's in the gravel. These last laps. Question for Big C: how does it feel to have no pace in AOR? Well, just keep it out of trouble. No, I don't. Obviously, it's a running joke by however, but nah, it's not completely true. But certainly at some tracks, you got to start trouble to get the points. And Fanus asked about my wheel settings. I can send them afterwards, I guess. I'm not too sure. But yeah, anyway, back to the final runs. 5 minutes left. So we'll see who is going to be looking good. I think
well,
Time
this
Razine.
does mean that Time Razine will start on that yellow compound. That's his aim. But it all comes down to one lap. He did win last time out, but he has had an inconsistent season. I can't remember the last time we had a championship contender finishing multiple times in P9 throughout the season.
It didn't happen to me last season. There was a few P7s and 8s, but not P9.
No. Well, Time Razine, he's got to turn himself into a real contender. He can't afford to be good one race and poor another. He has to perform. So yeah. What can he do in the first set, Dad?
No, it doesn't look like 30.0.
Oh, and would that have been distracting that car on the left-hand side? Oh, not using as much track as he could.
So yeah, down into this corner. I don't think he's got a name. I don't know the track that well, but a tricky part of the
he's into the no-name corner, as they call it.
You know, that David calls it. Bangs on about it.
Is this Puon?
Puon, yeah, probably my favourite corner on the calendar. Not on the calendar, on the track. Takes it quite nicely. Tom seems very smooth, so he's never going to look too aggressive around a track like this.
But there used to be some drivers here who weren't good throughout the season, weren't quick enough, but always used to shine on a track like Spa. That includes Lordy Boy, who always used to do well here, but Aaron.
47.6 from Time Razine.
It's a tidy middle sector, but it's not as quick as Nick Pine. He's quicker than Nick Pine in the first, so he's got to make sure he can get a tenth or two in the final sector. This will put him P3 or maybe P2 on the grid. But he needs something astonishing here. Goes a little bit on the grass. That's going to affect his speed into the final corner. To the line. I think this is going to be a low 46. Ooh. It's front row.
I mean, starting second, it's not too bad round here. You're looking at slipstream up Eau Rouge into Lecombe. Ramco's out there. I want to set up super soft tyres. Who else will be out there looking to improve? I think it's just Ramco. Oh, McPhee's out on a set of intermediates.
McPhee, wow, a wily old fox he is. Maybe he thinks he'll struggle with a one-stop, and fighting on a fresh set of boots will do him good. So very tactical from the Ferrari team and from McPhee 99, who's got a lot of experience the PSGL
Yeah,
side.
lots of one of the most experienced drivers on the grid with Remco. But yeah, only a 30.4 from Remco, so I think he's just going out in fact just to get used to it a bit more. But I don't know who's going to be out there. I think Jack Lacey, currently on level points with Tyron Razine, finished in the top 4 in every race so far, but he's yet to win in this league.
Yeah, he did have an opportunity last season at Brazil, but team orders from the McLaren team saw him miss out on what could have been his first win.
Yeah, so I think Jack will be the main man to watch. We'll go on board with Greeny though, with a 30.1 and a 47.7. So it's going to be sort of a low 46, maybe 5th place around that sort of area.
Yeah. Wow, Greeny, the Liverpool fan, will be pleased to see Jurgen Klopp flying over.
So yeah, on board in the Williams car, duo Finn around
behind the corner.
What can he do? Greeny looks quite low 46 or 46.2, so yeah, P5.
Wow, that's a good time. I did win my first ever race on this site in a Williams at this very track at Spa, so maybe good luck will be with him today.
So yeah, the kicks 30.1 first sector. Remco to the line, there's a 48.0, piece P9. I mean, if Remco somehow drops outside the top 10, he'll be happy, because he might start a set of mediums or something. So, yeah.
I think
Jack's messed up, he's annihilated, so Jack will start outside the top 10. Disaster.
This is a disaster. Pure embarrassment for the Haas driver. Qualifying has come to an abrupt end. He'll be annoyed with that. That's what happens when you leave it to the last lap. He could have gone out earlier, but pays for his naivety.
So yeah, Rossi's out. So I mean, there's not really anyone actually. Killer Blue on a set of super soft tyres. Can he claim pole position here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit in the middle of the Ardennes forest? What can he do? In the Merc.
Remco's had an alright first sector with 30.1.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, Killer Blue's backed out. So on board with Remco, the 5-time PSGL champion, 1-time F1 League champion. So yeah, on board with Remco. I mean, what's the kicks? Kicks will go again. So we'll stay on board with Remco for now. It'll be Remco and the kicks to watch. But it will be Tuzmas on pole position.
Remco Vengeance, one of the more experienced drivers. He's finding it a little bit tough here in qualifying, but no doubt he'll use his experience in the race to pick up as many places as he can. As he drives down the main back straight into Blanchimont, flat out. Take it over, Big C.
So yeah, Remco down into the bus stop chicane in the Red Bull, rounds it nicely. Remco, can he improve from 9th? No, he backs out. So that's that.
Tactical from Remco. He will start on the yellow.
Yeah, the Kicks is pushing. The Kicks is pushing on his debut. Car number 55. Carlos Sainz's car in the Toro Rosso, in the middle sector on those set of super soft tyres. Can he improve? Can he take pole position on his debut in the F1 League? So yeah, super softs considerably quicker round here, but obviously they degrade much faster. I'm not aware of sector times, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise as he approaches the final sector in his first ever qualifying session in PSGL in the F1 League. So yeah, round Blanchimont.
Needs some out of braking here.
What do you know? I think he does no assists, or I think he might race it now. I'm not too sure, but
nice.
I like that curb. Bit of oversteer on the exit. DRS a little bit late, but what can Kicks do? He goes pole position on his debut. So yeah,
incredible.
The Kicks takes pole. So well done to him. Pole position on debut. So yeah, I can't remember many of ours taking a pole on their debut. That's for sure.
No. All I'm saying, Big C, I don't have another invite, so I don't know.
You're just going through the friends list anyway.
Alright.
So don't worry. So yeah, well done to the Kicks taking pole position on debut, but the field is tight, and the run down into Lecombe on the opening lap will be an interesting one, and a fiery one. So here we have it. The Kick takes pole with a 45.8 Tuzmas with a blistering lap on those soft compound tyres. His second, Time Razine third, Pine fourth, Maxi Luca fifth, Greeny is sixth, Killer Blue is seventh, Plaslan is 8th, Little Remco 9th, Rossi's 10th, with 3 tyre choices. Maxi T, who also made his debut. Samurai is 12th, with McPhee, Josh, Jack Lacey also getting 3 tyre choice and will be ones to watch with strong pace and lots of experience.
Well,
So,
a lot of drivers starting on the yellow tyre compound there, so that will make for an interesting race. The Chicks might have his work cut out, but he's definitely put his name up in lights for all the right reasons in Formula 1.
so yeah, I've just asked the chat for their predictions for the race, but I have a feeling, I just think Tusmans has to get it right at some stage. I think Tusmans will take his first win today. That's what I'm going for. I think he's... No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Okay.
Once the 30 seconds is done.
I can't even select my fucking my tyre, sorry. Apologies for that colourful language.
Hassan, whatever. But yeah, the legendary Spa circuit. Robos won last season with Lordy Boy in season 14. So will we have a different winner this time around? Will we have a new winner? Or will it be the same old story with the likes of Tamaruzzi or Remco taking the victory? So yeah, we'll back out. Jack Lacey's on the medium tyres, so yeah, we'll back out and get back in.
Go back out, right. And who did I join through?
Whoever. McPhee. It's a long formation lap, so it's okay. As we load into the session again, and it will be another crucial race in the race for the championship. We will have a new champion who's not Iran, Remco or Big C for the first time since season 5. So perhaps if Remco doesn't take it, but I mean we will hopefully have a new champion other than Big C or Iran. So anyway, predictions. Dan is going for Tusmans first, Maxi Lucas second, Pine third. So interesting predictions, as I'll be back in 1 minute for the start of the race.
Enjoy the sound of the engine while Big C returns. And the Chicks leading grid away for the first time in his PSGL F1 career. What a special moment for him. He'll be looking to get a good result here. It's a very slow out lap, so he's bunching the field up together, taking good care of his tyre compound. Just talks in the chat, apparently Tusmans will not be able to do the one stop and Primer Azim will be the winner. Well, let's see if that's the case, but Tusmans has been gentle on his tyres in the past, so there is a strong possibility he'll be able to do that one stop.
So the cars take to the grid for this season's Belgian Grand Prix at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Arguably the best track on the Formula 1 calendar, the one people want to win alongside Monaco, Silverstone and Suzuka. So it should be an enthralling race.
For the manners to line up in place.
So yeah, let's get the broadcast cam as the 5 lights appear for the Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa. Who will win? Lights out and away we go. Good start from the pole sitter with Tusmans in second. So into the last source hairpin for the first time.
And nearly contact there between the Ferrari, and there's a Williams off in the background. Contact between the Sauber and the Manor.
So yeah, bit of lag. Tusmans lost his swing. Tusmans out. Tusmans is out.
It?
There's lag. There was lag.
Another
Tusmans.
DNF.
There's loads of lag.
For Tusmans.
There's loads of lag.
Yeah,
there's loads of lag.
Been deployed.
It looks
and
needs a reason.
Williams off in the background.
Yeah, there's all sorts of lag. But Tusmans, we jinxed him. He's out. No, there's loads of lag. I think we need to look at it.
No. Disaster for Tuzmo's once again. It was looking so rosy for him in P2, but this has been an extraordinary start to the race.
Yeah, I've not seen lag like this in my life.
So I think it's settled down now, and it's all fine at the moment. I think there will be cries of despair from Tuzmo's following another DNF. It's a shame, isn't it, Big C, for Tuzmo's?
Yeah, I mean, if I was a league admin, I'd be calling for a restart because the lag is unraceable and there's complaints in the chat, so
I think
it has to restart.
I think you've got to give it, see what happens. But it's not looking great. We have had lag like this before around Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah, as the league admin, Empire is called a safety car restart. So yeah, the lag is unbearable. As Ali K says, it's good to see Dion Warwick back in the commentary box. But yeah, we will be restarting because the lag is unbearable. So, and I have to agree.
Drama early on. Tuzmo's will need to hop himself into that spare car. But this is a good news for those drivers who might want to start on fresher tyre compounds. A horrendous, you know, turn of fortune for those who qualified on the internet. You know, starting at that back, it's backfired on a massive level.
So yeah, unbearable lag, I have to say. So that is a shame. At least Tuzmo's will get another chance. So yeah, but that lag was just, I've not seen anything since like Suzuka season 15. So let's leave the session. And yeah.
Wow. As we wait for the restart, do fire us your questions.
Yeah, questions for the 7-time champion Big C and the 3-time champion Aaron. So yeah, any questions about anything, fire away.
Sorry, the 7-time champion Big C, but the better driver, the better champion, 3-time champion.
The more respected driver, certainly.
The more respected as well.
But yeah.
You know, for those of you who don't know, I did create the paddock section on the forum, and it's one of my lasting legacies. So.
Yeah, well done, Aaron. So we'll just wait for the guys to set the lobby up. But any questions for us two, then fire away to pass the time. And Game Freaker says, Aaron, do you consider a return to PSGL F1?
To be honest, I'm glad that I'm done with it. I think I enjoyed it while I did it. It was fun, but in my mind, I'm not really looking to come back into league racing. I think it is a huge commitment to do it week in, week out. But, you know, never say never.
So yeah, thanks for that, Game Freaker. If we've got any more, then far away. Don't want to be talking about...
I see a question for me for once.
He did ask actually in qualifying, but I think we're talking about people's laps at the time.
Sorry about that, Game Freaker, if we missed out on your earlier question. But thank you. So
yeah, just a discussion in the chat about what happened. So hopefully we can.
Yeah, and we'll just share something from the chat. Little Ramco says, "VF, what's that?" So it's a bit concerned.
So yeah, it's a safety car restart. So everyone will get into their qualifying grid order. The top 10 will start on the tyres they set their fastest time in. So super softs for the chicks and softs for everyone else.
Yeah, I've got to say something about the safety car restarts. For a driver like me who, in the latter stages of my career, often qualified towards the mid to rear end, it's quite tough, the safety car restart, because you're relying on that start to make up a load of positions, but instead you kind of get sucked into that midfield and it affects your entire race. So it's not going to help Remco as much as it.
Yep, we've got. Yep, sorry to interrupt. But a few questions. Who will win the Canadian Grand Prix this weekend in real life?
A Ferrari or a Mercedes?
I'm going to go for Hamilton. Or this is his best track. I think Bottas is really strong around the circuit. Gilles Villeneuve as well. So, Johnny asks, "What's your favourite real life Formula One race of all time?"
In what I can remember watching, it's very hard. I think there's been some crackers over the years, but I quite liked.
Okay, so I just got the
that
invite.
process.
So I'll try to. Yeah, I think my favourite would be Brazil 2012. So
But that was a pretty good one.
yeah, that was my favourite.
But Montreal, where Jenson Button won when he was last on the grid.
So
From what I can remember watching.
oh yeah, I think Johnny said the same as you. Dano says, or Danto says, what F1 team and driver do you both support? Okay. Yeah. I was trying to get into the lobby. I'm getting a bit pissed off actually with the incompetence of some people. Just going through the fucking chat. Just read the chat. Honestly. Look, is Maxi Luca even appearing online? Because I can't find him. Appear online. Appear online. So yeah, we'll take a few more questions. So
Yeah,
any more? Who also more questions? Yeah, who do I support? I support Felipe Massa. So and whoever he drives for. So yeah, no team.
But you do have a soft spot for Ferrari, don't you, Big C?
Not really. Not anymore.
No.
I don't mind Vettel, but I preferred Alonso when he was obviously in 2014. It's sort of like Ferrari, but yeah, Williams and Massa. But yeah, when he retires again, then it'll be nobody probably.
We're still waiting for the race to go underway. It can be quite traumatising for drivers at this stage. They want to be out there, they want to be racing, but you know, as the evening drags on, as does their bedtime.
Josh is invited. Josh, just peer. Oh, I swear, these people. Email up the stream. Let's see. Is he online? Because he can't join. Yeah, Josh is online. And just join through Josh on the friends list. Useless admins. No different from last season.
Big C. I was one of the best admins that the league had ever seen, wasn't I?
Who is your... No, this one's for you. Game Freak asks, who's your favourite one night stand?
I don't think we can accept such questions in this commentary channel, Mr. Game Freaker. But thank you for your question.
Yeah, I can't really comment because there's a lack of experience. But anyway, Danto asks, Big C racing Williams next season for AOR. Well, we'll see. See if I race, then I'll probably be lower down in the allocation list, so I doubt Williams will go.
Yeah, Big C, I'm having a few problems trying to join the session. It's not letting me in. But once again, thank you very much for your question, Mr. Game Freaker.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Well, at this stage as a league admin, I'd be urging people to get in, and I'd set a cut-off time.
Yeah, I'm joining Maxi. Earrings. Who's? Yeah, is everyone there? Who's there? Yeah. Yeah, so let's just join before we can respond to some comments. Failed to join. So yeah, fucking idiots. Fucking game. I don't think it was ever. I don't think Johnny watched F1 then, or was alive.
Neither was I.
Neither was I. So yeah, Ali says, "Won't you be? Yeah, I'm missing how many more races? I'm missing 3 more. Yeah, but I'll be missing 3 more. So yeah, hopefully I'm about 10th in the championship.
Sounds like he's about to cry.
But I'm not bothered about where I finish. So I just want another podium at some stage. That's the dream. As we're finally in the lobby, so after all that crying, we're now here. So yeah, sorry about that, everyone. I'm glad we've got a few discussions going. What game have we got? More appropriate questions in future, please. What children
No,
watching?
please feel free to ask as explicit questions as you wish. You know, it's all entertainment at the end of the day, and you know, me and Big C just love the drama and the bants.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Wait. Yeah, I think we should rejoin. Like, we shouldn't join now because it's going to be. Do you remember Kay Bentiolo's car at Azerbaijan? It's going to be our cars going to the front. Or does that matter? No, I think we should like leave and rejoin.
Big C, whatever happens, happens.
I mean, we should leave when they start. Then rejoin.
Okay.
So
right.
we don't want
I'll
Jay
send you an
Bentiolo.
invite.
We don't need invites though.
Yeah, no, I prefer it. Don't want to go through friends chat.
All right. So yeah, we'll leave when they're about to start. So we don't object. Yeah, my favourite track, Suzuka. Suzuka. But to drive, I'd probably say the Nürburgring.
Okay. My favourite track, Spa-Francorchamps. I love driving it, but I also like driving Singapore as well. But it's going to be Spa.
So yeah, I think certainly Nürburgring, Suzuka. Even it's not even.
I'm in the car, Big C. What are you on about? Oh. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Game Freaker.
So yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, and
luckily it's a short race because short time.
And how does this affect you mentally, Big C, in a race where it takes a while to start, but it does get underway eventually? Does it?
Yeah, it does.
affect you in
It
any
does.
way?
It does. So I remember even it just pisses you off, especially when you're the league captain trying to sort things out, trying to get things done. You just get pissed
And when
off.
and when you've got another league admin who doesn't offer you the full support that you require at that particular time, it can be quite difficult.
But even like things such as Ali's car getting sorted in Germany and things like that, it's just an unneeded distraction. You can't really fully focus on the racing because a lot of BS going on in the chat and things like that.
Yeah, but when you're out on the racetrack and it's not you, you've got to pick up as many points as you can.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we need to get underway. Ready up then. If are people ready or?
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is because it's getting quite ridiculous.
At this stage, as a league admin, when it reaches past 45 minutes, I cancel it because you cannot.
I think 9 sort of the cut off.
No, you can't send people to sleep that late. You can't.
Yeah, just to put it in context, we have the league director in the lobby. You wouldn't think it. But yeah, I'm not going to spill any more tea around that. So
spill tea as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to be going offline in a minute.
Wow, just go without me.
So I've got career mode to do.
McPhee says go without me.
Yeah, we'll leave just before the clock goes down. Okay.
The Ferrari driver with a lot of experience, hydraulics problem has hit him hard.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
So I'll leave.
Yes, because we don't want a Jay Bentiolo at Azerbaijan.
All right. Did you send me the invite? Yeah.
Just join through the friends list. Honestly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Tell me when to.
Honestly, Ewan, what are we doing here?
Oh, no.
So we'll give it a few minutes. Not a few minutes. A few seconds. Agreed, Remco. I'm glad you're a fan like me.
Right, let me know when you've pressed the button.
I'm just going to join in a minute or two. Not literally. So, commentary.
Commentary or ping pong? Ping pong all day long.
Right, I suppose I was
Do you
doing
like
the Vettel line. Honestly, I'm always surprised there's all sorts of lag in the lobby. It's that sort of league. I'm going to Narrowing. Luckily, it's a long lap, and with these sorts of drivers, there's bound to be damage. Yeah, McPhee, the league director, says the friends list wouldn't load and couldn't join from him, right? So perhaps for the best.
Well, Matt Fee took a big gamble in qualifying to qualify on the intermediates and start at the back. It would have been a tough race for him anyway, but he did have the experience to pull through. I always believe in McPhee, and it's a shame that he's not featuring on the grid today. One of the most decorated drivers.
Yeah, I won't go as far as that,
the
pal.
site.
But
Okay, well,
I'm loading.
Oh, ready.
Oh, is there any?
Ready.
Why is the cars on the grid?
Whose car?
Why are there cars on the grid? Why did they put the formation lap on? Honestly.
They put the. Well.
Oh yeah.
Is it the race?
Oh, here we go. So they've got to get into grid. There we go. Perhaps they didn't start. Yeah, okay. And perhaps there wasn't a formation lap actually. So yeah, the cars will get into grid order. There looks to be a more stable lobby. As Ali says, they couldn't do a safety car restart last season, which is a fair point. Ali's league couldn't do a safety car restart last season under his stewardship. So
well, who's the league admin?
Nick.
Who's the race leader?
Oh, the race leader is the Chicks.
The Chicks lead.
It's better news for him
drivers away
actually
here.
because he's on a fresh set of suits on now. But anyway, let's put that to the back of our minds and focus on the race now. We've got something to look forward to after all that bullshit is out of the way.
Well, I quite enjoyed what would have been the first lap last time.
Well,
we had drama and cars spinning, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, but it was unfair.
It was an unfortunate victim.
Yeah, I don't remember,
well,
Ali. I don't want to think about that season ever again, so can't remember.
And I don't think Ali would want to either remember it. With one of his ambitious over traits he tried here on Jack Lacey, which was it Jack Lacey?
It was indeed.
But it ended in a DNF and inadvertently cost him what would have been his first.
But he's on to bigger and much better things in AOR, but I'm glad he's been prepared well, battling the likes of me and you. So he's fully prepared to be fighting for the AOR title.
Prepared better than me. He's got
Definitely.
Take another look behind when there's a driver in front of me. You never know.
So, Fowler says, cough Germany. No, Mr. George Baker did. He was in second from 8th, so he did what needs to be done. Did George Baker. So let's run down the tyres. So Maxi. Oh, bit of lag.
Well, it looks good here. And will the Chicks get a good start? Two's moves is always one to pounce. He's running low downforce here. And I feel like the Chicks could struggle here. He needs to take off. He can't let Two's moves get so close to him and then take the inside line for here. This is dreadful.
Anyway, the Chicks has never done a safety car restart, let's just say that. But here we go, lights out and away we go. Tusman's looking really aggressive as we are away for the Belgian Grand Prix. The Chicks leads on debut from Tusman's.
Wow. He's got to bide his time here, honestly. This is a man who's had DNF after DNF. He's struggled this season, but he really needs to get it underway here. If he does overtake Toro, which it is looking likely here, as he gets some good closing speed. Oh, he does a tank slapper off O'Rude! And lucky.
Problems. There's big problems. But no, Nick Pine and Time Regime side by side. Into the Coon for the first time. Nick Pine on the inside of Time Regime. Can he make it good? And he does. So beautiful from Nick.
At the Ferrari, Time Regime. Embarrassing for a title.
The Williams. Greedy for Greedy. So go into the back of him. There must be damage. Problems for Carnival 99. So yeah.
It does look like there's damage to the Williams. He is slowing down.
So yeah, Tusman's 4 tenths point on the top compound tires into Puhan for the first time. Lap 2, bit of a tired. So yeah, a bit wide from Towers in the Red Bull car. But yeah, Nick Pine is in second after making a good manoeuvre on Tyrosine.
Greeny LFC, he is under a lot of pressure here. Just got to add to that. The Q falling behind him.
So yeah, Tusmos has dropped off, but yeah, the kicks on those fresh super softs is going to be a lot more beneficial at the start. Now we've had that restart.
Let's see if there's any drivers.
Have a look where the championship leader is.
Championship leader, Little Remco is in ninth, and he is attacking the Force India into Blanchimont, but to no avail. Time around.
Yeah. So where's Boy 10 Face? Has he had a bad start? Yeah, P14. On the mediums.
Start for the Sauber driver.
So Nick is the fastest man out there on a 47.7, but it's Two's moves. 6/10 of a second behind the Toros driver of the Chicks.
And I think he's got a good run here. The DRS will be made active, and I think as long as he doesn't have a tank slapper.
Oh, on the grass again! Oh my goodness!
This is embarrassing.
I thought there was another tank slapper for Tusmos. He just can't seem to do a rouge. He was setting 29.6 in the first section qualifying, but yeah, Tusmos cannot get close enough in the Red Bull car.
Oh, he has to get an
He's
overtake.
a bit ragged there. He looks a bit ragged at the minute.
Man under pressure, struggling to deliver for the Red Bull team. He's had DNF after DNF.
Fighting for his career, fighting for the Constructors' Championship. Toes moves all over the place on lap 3 of this Belgian Grand Prix. Under pressure from Empine, who will be looking to make some gains in the Drivers' Championship. Currently 17 points behind Remco after 5 rounds. But Maxi Luca's looking feisty as well. Into Pujon, look at Maxi Luca. Down the inside, Maxi Luca, down the inside, Maxi Luca. Can he do it? Oh, beautiful side-by-side action, but no, he cannot get through. So yeah, beautiful racing for Maxi and Nick there.
Well, Nick really has to make sure he stays a 2 smooth ahead, who is struggling. A man under so much pressure, he's been under the radar, and he's having rear traction issues. And well, this could be interesting.
3 abreast into Blanchimont, 3 abreast, they're really close. Oh, on the grass. Nick Pine goes one in, Blanchimont, Maxi's through. Maxi's through into 3rd.
Oh, and 2 smooth. The man under pressure. Well, he is impacting the title battle here for his teammate Remco. And has Nick Pine bottled it there?
Well, Maxi's looking really strong, looking the fastest man out there, but the Chicks must be really pleased with how things are going.
So what has 2 Smooth's got to do here going into Road? He's clearly had problems.
I think when he's got on board, properly on board camera with 2 Smooths, car number 13. Bad luck for some. Tusmos, can he do overage properly this time? That's more like it.
But he could be under the cosh here.
A little bit of lag.
Got some good
but yeah, Maxi Luca looking feisty in that Haas car. So Maxi Luca down the inside, into the Kim corner. Oh, on the curve. Maybe that's the line, but no. Tusmos good straight on speed with 4/10 of a second separating the top 2. But yeah, a really strong, big battle brewing between the top 5 for this win at Spa.
Well, I think Nick Pine, he couldn't afford to let that Haas get in between him and 2 Smooth.
So yeah, Remco is 8th, Plasland is 9th, Jack is 10th, sorry to interrupt, 11th is Samurai, with 12th Rossi with Josh in P13. Maxi T is 14th on debut.
Oh!
What's this wooing about?
No.
5, look at the 5 cars, look how close they are.
This is what happens at Spa. 2 Smooths, I think he's got to nail it now, but... Oh, he's taking a lot of curb there. And that might bring him under threat here from the Haas driver into the bus stop chicane.
So yeah, Maxi Luca will be looking to make a move on 2 Smooths into the bus stop chicane. Oh, we got a bit of a Verstappen defence from Tusmos there, moving in the braking zone. So, yeah.
Well, he is fighting for his career, and he should take the lead here, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I think Tusmos needs to dispatch his Torosso now and pull away, because this is crucial for the race victory, because Tusmos certainly looks a bit more composed now. He's not sliding as much.
Well, I wonder how it's going to affect him here into Eau Rouge.
So I'm going to go on board again with 2 Smooths. Oh, a little bit of lag there, but a great run. Oh, a bit of lag again. A little bit of lag with the Chicks and Tusmos. Can Tusmos take the lead in the Belgian Grand Prix? DRS Open easily done for Tusmos. Maxi Luca's even getting in on the act. So yeah, Maxi Luca's up to 2nd. So crucial for Max Luca to stick with Tuzmas for the race with both on the soft compound tyres. So yeah, Tuzmas
what
now
has
leads.
Nick Pine got to do here? One of the title rivals.
Yeah, Nick,
just back and quickly take his time.
I think he's got to wait to the final sector now because it's really risky passing in this middle sector. But yeah, Tuzmas will be hoping to pull away. It just depends how much the trial shows. But yeah, Nick's looking really quick. And into Puhon, will he ever go? No, he has a little look. But yeah, it would be a bit of a suicidal move into the Puhon corner.
I think he's super soft tyres.
Oh, Nick!
Oh,
his skis going up the inside. Nick, what a move! Side by side action. Side by side. Nick goes slightly wide. Bit of contact. Was there?
And
No.
Time of Razim having a look.
Some ball with.
And this is a problem with Time of Razim. He goes for risky overtakes, and it could cost him the result here. He's got to make sure he stays composed.
Time Razim is
still wide open.
Yeah, he's in a great position. Time Razim. He doesn't want to do anything silly. But look at this battle we've got for the lead. 3 guys separated by just like a second.
Little Remco's having a battle with the Force India down there. He's gone off the track slightly. He shouldn't be able to make that overtake. No.
Look at the top 5 though. 2 seconds separate these top 5 drivers going on to lap 6 of this Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa.
Remco has been repassed by one of the Force Indians.
Yeah, Remco struggling considerably again. It's clear Tuzmas is the fastest of the Red Bull drivers, but
he should be on the track here. He'll be too far behind the house. Too far.
Depends on his exit, but yeah,
no,
Max Luca's got some brilliant exit.
Oh, that's phenomenal!
Yeah.
No!
Sensational exit
like
for Max Luca.
Down the straight.
Can he make Luca that down into the Coombe? Oh, that exit though was sensational. Out to was it Radion? I think it was.
It was something.
It was.
That exit.
Sensational stuff on Max Luca, who leads here at Spa.
And I think the problem with Tuzmas is he has worked those rear tyres incredibly hard, so it must be affecting him, surely.
Yeah, certainly.
He's sliding everywhere.
Certainly.
And Nick Pine, what's he got to do here? He knows that Tuzmas is Remco's teammate. Oh, sideways!
Yeah, Tuzmas is just on the ragged edge. Yeah.
And still, Time Razim can't dispatch.
Oh, Time Razim was having a look. I mean, Time Razim's not being cut off on these guys, so I don't think he's going to be too worried. He just needs to keep his wing intact and just stay close enough to these guys. Because he's within distance to challenge for the race victory.
I think Nick Pine definitely looks like he's got the experience here. He is a quick driver, but he's got to make sure he does it well. The Scotsman
Max Luca went slightly wide, I thought. Max Luca did go slightly wide. Just was down the inside, perhaps. No, he doesn't. He breaks slightly.
Oh, is that going to impact his line now?
A little bit of lag still, but nothing like it was earlier, that is for sure. With 4/10 separating the top 2. Look at that Mercedes though. Look at Mercedes and the guys behind. They're catching.
Well, Remco's not too far behind.
Yeah, Remco. You know how Remco comes into the races as it progresses, and he's only 5.7 seconds off the lead. So Remco, you can't roll him out. But yeah,
I think Tuzmas has got this here.
But he's really close. He needs to be careful. Out of Eau Rouge and Radion. What is he? Oh, Tuzmas! Oh, Tuzmas is out! Tuzmas is out! Unbelievable! That could have been predicted.
A career of disappointment. Unbelievable! Both Red Bulls.
Time Razim, Danny Sullivan kicks into Lecombe. Both Red Bulls. Unbelievable. So both Red Bulls are out, and this title race has been blown wide open.
Will the safety car come out? And I think there's a punch of Samurai. I'm not sure. He's coming very slowly. No, he's alright.
So yeah.
Wow.
Big scenes. Both Red Bulls are out. And I wonder what happened to Remco. Will there be a safety car?
Well, Big C, what do you think about that? Let's speak about Tuzmas first. It was looking likely that it would happen, and if it was going to happen anywhere on track, it was going to be there.
You had to put your money on it, because he just didn't look right all race. He's been all over the place.
Yeah. And just a word on Tuzmas, he has been under a lot of criticism this season. He's been under criticism for most of his career. He hasn't lived up to his potential, and once again, in a good, promising position where he can win the race, much like Monaco and last time out at Montreal. It's disappointing to see that, isn't it? It must be heartbreaking for Tuzmas.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for him because his pace is race winning and championship contender, but it's just not happening. I don't know what. It just didn't look right all race. He just looked all over the place. The cars didn't look balanced. maybe it was too low downforce, I'm not sure, but we have to. It's a shame for both Red Bulls, but it's blown this Drivers' Championship wide open. Time Razim, Nick, Jack, Maxi will all know it's a big opportunity in the race for the Drivers' Championship.
Well, Nick here, he's got to think about the bigger picture. Stay in that race. You know, you don't need to push too hard now. You can't. It's important to stay with the leaders, but you cannot risk your own race. You've got to let it come to you.
It's a long way to go, but I mean, these three boys will be wanting to make the most of this opportunity.
But is that the risk that Remco pays for qualifying lower down the order?
Well, I think Remco's been, I don't know, his pace all season's not really been there. Austria side.
No, but it's a driver who can win the title. He knows what it takes to win the title. This will be a major disappointment for him, and obviously the Dutch fans travelling down here to see him today will be
it's his home race.
Disappointed.
It's probably his home race, so disappointed. I mean, Jack Lacey's now down in 7th on those medium tyres. He's level on points with Time Razim, so yeah, Jack will be wanting a good result.
Hot enough.
It is indeed. Maxi versus Pine, with Time Razim just behind.
Yeah, I think Empine's got to be careful. Just wait for the DRS straight, because he will repass you if you're taking down into the bus stop.
I
mean, it is a risk, but you've got to look at the bigger picture. For me, as a championship contender, when I was battling for championships, I'd be saying stay close to him, dispatch him on the straight and pull the gap. Don't do anything silly, but he pits. And that's a good move from Nick Pine. And Time Razim, what's he got to do here? He can't affect Nick Pine's race here. He's got to make sure that he doesn't affect his own race, but he's got a chance to pass, which it could well has happened. Gotta take it. And just some comments from James McPhee in the chat. Too smooth the stroll. So getting criticism from his fellow drivers as well as the commentators.
So yeah, Pine still in the lead.
Yeah, well, Jack Lacey, he could have a chance to win the race, couldn't he? No, sorry, wrong one. Who's the Mercedes?
Maxi Luca is now 11th on those medium tyres.
So who's third?
Killer Blue.
Killer Blue, wow. Has he won a race yet in this league?
Nope. He helped Red Bull win constructors last season, but yet to win.
Well, what will Killer Blue be thinking here? Go for the win or just enjoy that podium?
I think you should go for it. You don't get many chances to win races in this league, so...
Yeah. And that's the benefit when you're in clean air and others are battling. You kind of pick up on the pieces. But too smooth. Words cannot comprehend for that. Some questions in the chat, Big C.
So yeah, I'll get the Constructors' Championship up so we can have a little look. But I think Haas were leading the Constructors up until this point.
Well, you know, we'd never like to see a driver retire from the race, but Too Smooth and Little Remco, it's not been a good outing for Red Bull. I did mention Jerry Harrywell earlier. She's now with the medics, and Christian Horner has told us everything will be okay. So
yeah, in terms of the Constructors, Haas lead the way by 10 points ahead of Red Bull, and McLaren are third with Ferrari fourth. So yeah, the Constructors is quite wide open, but yeah, Haas looking strong at the minute. And what is more competitive, AOR or PSGL?
I think they're both competitive. In terms of competitiveness, it's got to be AOR, but if you're looking for a league where, you know, it's the community first, it's always PSGL.
But in terms of competitiveness, you could argue both are competitive.
Yeah, I think PSGL F1 in its absolute prime, that was a...
in its peak.
Very competitive.
Yeah, of course.
Very competitive.
But it's not in its peak anymore. It's a new era with new drivers and new rivalries.
And they are very, very quick.
And hopefully a new champion, someone different.
Well, it would be nice to see Remco win it as well. I think he's done a lot on the site, which deserves praise. But will not be getting any praise here today. That's Frankenchance.
Yeah, Ali's,
Disappointment in the Arden Forest.
Ali says PSGL is more chill most of the time when you're not racing Big C. So yeah,
I
that's it.
think we could notice the pressure of when he was going wheel to wheel with you.
Oh, time machine.
Very young.
I had to retire for a reason. There was time machine. There's some sort of glitch. Yeah, Killer
Well,
Blue's
he
going to
has
get
better.
ahead of him. So yeah, hello Stefan. Good to see you watching. Who used to write for my motorsport website. So yeah, very nice. So yeah, Nick pits for a set of medium compound tyres.
Yeah, well, this is the one-stop race here, and they are coming back out into traffic. So how does that filter as well, Bixie? Because you never want to come out in traffic. There's a Red Bull down there who's having a good exit, and Time Regime is going to be under pressure here, 100%.
It's a Torosso.
Who is it? Who is it?
Torosso. Chicks.
Maxi T, is it?
It's the chicks here in behind. Time
Oh,
machine.
the chicks. Oh, Timer
board.
cannot lose this position here.
Bit of weaving.
No,
There was no
I'll put it
army.
into the wall.
It was Aaron's army, really. So, but anyway, on board with the chicks. Can he get?
Well,
he can't, he's
I have
staying calm.
recruited many good drivers to this website, including Big C, Jamie, you name it, Lordy Boy, Joel, everyone, I don't know.
So,
HD was one of my biggest recruits. He had a very fruitful
puncture.
career.
Maxi T,
Who for?
puncture. Down in P12.
Puncher for Maxi T. It's tears in the Red Bull family today. It's just not going right. And
So-
Franz Tost, he'll be disappointed. But one man who won't be disappointed with Time Regime's position is Ferrari special guest David Moyes, former Sunderland manager who recently got relegated, enjoying the luxury of the Ardennes Forest.
So yeah, Jack
Maybe
Lacey
fine.
yet to stop on those medium compound tyres. Second place is Samurai, who's about to pit on the softs.
Now, Jack Lacey could come back into it. Let's just say the likes of Empire do struggle to negotiate some of the traffic in front.
Josh Roberts
What's
or
up?
Boy with No Face could be having something to say about
Well,
everything.
having a very beautiful drive in the Sauber. Manisha Kaltenborn hasn't seen success for a long time. But it'll be nice. It's nice to see a Sauber, isn't it? Running in P2.
Yeah, it's
Right
where
then.
a Sauber should be in this league, with all the history and success it's had. With yourself,
Yeah.
especially.
Exactly. Won 3 titles from.
Oh!
All my titles came from it. What happened?
That Torosso looks all over the place. Maxi T.
Yeah, well, some Torossos just don't look right. Boy with no face. A beautiful outing for him.
So yeah, Jack Lacey leading, yet to pit, so he'll go on the soft tyres at the end, I reckon.
But let's just enjoy this moment. Give that Sauber some TV coverage. It's had a tough race from the back of the grid. Boy with no face, giving it his all for Manisha Kaltenborn.
So yeah, on board with Boy with No Face. He's got some big drivers, big names behind him. He'll be wanting to destroy their races, I'm sure.
But he can't afford to lose time in his own personal battle here. Getting some lovely television coverage is the Sauber driver.
I mean, if there was a
Doesn't
safety car or
want-
something, it could play out nicely for him, but he needs to fight.
I'm sure he won't be letting people go easily. He'll want some more TV coverage. This is a man who loves his airtime. Car number 64 stays out for another lap. And all this is affecting Empine because he's getting held up slightly and Time Regime could make his move.
So
What
yeah,
Time can't afford to do here is let Empine go past Josh and end up being stuck behind him for the middle section.
so yeah, the first time this season Boy with No Face leads a Grand Prix in the F1 League. The season 14 Singapore Grand Prix race winner leads.
The lead might be
Oh my
short-lived.
goodness, oh my
Would you believe it?
He's,
This is an absolute
embarrassing.
embarrassment.
no, it's embarrassing.
It's a beautiful, beautiful moment for Sauber leading a race after such a long time. And the virtual safety car is out and has But has Jack Lacey gone lap too early? No, I don't. I think it'll be all right for him actually.
Where is Jack Lacey in all this? Down in P9. Max Lucas down in P7. What happened there? What
I
happened
think
there?
some drivers struggle at times, and
So yeah, the battle for the win will be between Tom Rosine and Nick.
well, boy with no face. I think he must have learnt something from Two's moves. Maybe there's slippery oil out there on the surface from Two's moves' earlier crash.
Perhaps, but big problems for Boy with No Face,
Yeah,
who has
it's
another
embarrassing, isn't it?
disappointing race. And perhaps it's time to retire from the F1 League.
But he was having a good outing. Let's give him the credit, leading the race in such difficult circumstances.
Perhaps. Credit where it's due, but there's no credit for crashing like that.
Yeah. And if anybody's got some questions whilst the race restarts, do ping them in. Because the VSC is going to end very shortly. Yeah. And they've both got to get the restart spot on here.
There we go. We're away.
Game Freaker says Rug is quite hard in this game.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Ali says it's Joel
Joel is
racing.
still racing.
Yeah, he's on holiday for a few weeks. But he'll be back for next week, I think.
But speaking of Joel being on holiday, he has been on holiday for most of his PSGL career. So, nothing new to him.
Yes, I think. He's not what he was, but he still won a race this season. He's won as many races as I have in 2017, so credit where it's due.
And just going back earlier to the Red Bull drivers, I mean, at the start of the race, you know, there's a lot of heavy fuel, isn't there, in those cars? So both Remco and Two's moves were shifting quite a fair bit of weight, so it would have been difficult to control
very
those
heavy
vehicles,
cars.
especially on less grippier tyre compounds.
Yeah,
as well.
certainly. Completely agree with you there. And Ali says, he can confirm holidays do not help in the championship. Because, of course, Ali missed the final 2 races.
Well, he can say that he missed the final 2 races, but at some of the races where he did turn up, it did seem like he was missing for quite large parts.
Exactly, or crashing into things he shouldn't have. So, yeah.
I mean, he was unlucky, but that's what happens.
If I was league
sometimes.
admin, restart immediately. But oh well. Focus on this race.
Well,
it is Spa, not Germany. So yeah, 6 tenths.
Well, back on board with Timer Azim. This is a man, he's been under constant scrutiny. It would be good for him to string back-to-back wins, but even a second place wouldn't be too bad for him. What he can't do is affect both of their races. He is a very experienced driver, is the Pakistani, also known as the Rawalpindi Express.
Yeah. I think we need to look at who's third. The Chicks is third, so he's doing quite well.
I think you've got to stay on board. You've got to wait for that.
Greeny is
look
fourth. Big
It's,
time fight for that final podium.
This could be for the lead of the championship. It's so we don't even know points difference.
That's fine. Ali says he'd win 6 races, but I'm afraid points win the championship, not number of wins, unfortunately. But on board with Timer Azim, that's how you roll.
Nobody remembers who finishes second.
Exactly. But anyway, Timer Azim, Nick goes defensive, a bit of weaving, but yeah, Timer Azim stays behind Nick for the lead. 3 tenths.
And if there is enough gap to P3, is there any use for Timer to make another pit stop to maybe put some more pressure? Let's just say if there's another virtual safety car he puts on the grippier compound. Could.
It depends on traffic, but I don't think so. He's in a position to win this race, so I wouldn't. And 12 points might not be the win, but he'd only be like 4 points behind Remco.
Roberts, yeah. We've got Josh Roberts in the chat here, recovering from his accident and another disappointing race for the Sauber team.
He's finished.
It was so promising for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Josh Roberts, but I'm afraid his career has gone in one direction recently.
And a bit like Kevin Nolan, slipping down the divisions, falling into obscurity into League 2. The same direction that the career of Josh Roberts may go.
Exactly, so I think we could have a look through the field quickly. So Kicks is third, Fourth is Pizzalan. Fifth is Greeny. Sixth is Killer Blue, looking to make a move down into the bus stop. Seventh is Maxi.
Nick Pine, he could be getting some help here, from the Toro Rosso ahead, who they're about to lap. It's come at a good time for him potentially, but I think Time Rosine is close enough to make the move here. What will the Scotsman do? He knows that he could possibly take the lead of the title, is it?
I don't think so.
All
I think
right.
it's on level points. Level points.
Yeah. And Time Rosine is lacking a bit of top end there.
Yeah, there's no rush.
There's no rush, but the longer you leave it, the colder it'll be.
So yeah, Tarazim gets past the lap car quickly, but yeah, these guys are Remco's main challengers for this year's championship.
We'd just like to say a thank you to all our live viewers out there from around the world. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing on your laptop or computer screens or even mobile phone screens.
But yeah, obviously I can't talk too loud because the parents were complaining, so yeah.
Well, you were getting into it a fair bit.
Well, it was getting very exciting when the Red Bulls were crashing out, and Josh as well.
Well, I'm glad that I've picked the good races to attend, and
yeah, certainly.
you know,
Both were very interesting.
it's never nice to see someone's career dwindle in the way it has, but you know, we've seen two major instances of it today with Boy with No Face and Two's Moves, both drivers under heavy scrutiny. Well, I'll be hoping that the season's over by the end of this race.
Yeah, so neither Tom Razim or Nick have time penalties, so yeah, it's all needs to be left all on the track. You got to use all your experience to get the job done, to make that pass at the most crucial moment. Tom Razim could be waiting for that final straight to make the move.
Yeah, well, he is having. Did get a good exit out there. We'll just ride on board first with Two's Moves. He hasn't got. Sorry, with Time Razim hasn't got the top speed.
Yeah, he's got no top speed.
And I've just got a question in the chat here, Big C, from 7th Gear RL. Are you the best driver in PSGL history?
Oh, I don't think the best. He can't really decide who the best is, because obviously different games, you know, different eras.
But
I think
speak
in
for
terms of
themselves.
success, then yeah, I am.
So there we have it. Big C is the best
And
driver
no
in PSGL
one's going to come
history.
close for a while, that's for sure, unless Iran returns. Because Remco can win 8 titles, but at the end of the day, we both destroyed him, so yeah.
Savageness.
But it's not about me, I've called it a day, and it's time for new people to set their own records and set, you know,
Yeah,
make their own history.
Time really making his own history here. Well, maybe stringing together 2 good results for the first time
In his
PSGL
career.
F1 career.
Thomas Heem actually won in Germany, so back-to-back wins could be crucial in the race for the championship.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the entry, did he? Spot on there, Time Razine. He's not getting close enough to Nick Pine. Pine just doing just enough. I think ours is helping.
Deploying those as at the right moments.
Yeah. So does Timer have to wait on an error there from Nick Pine? He used a bit more track there the time. He's got to make sure he gets enough slipstream up for Eau Rouge, but I still feel like he's not close enough.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going for it, because it doesn't look like he's doing much. It's like he's just being quite steady at the minute.
12 points here could be massive for that
But
title
the
battle.
slipstream glitch could be in effect when there's no slipstream, so I don't know. It's difficult to say. Should there be a PSGL Hall of Fame? Well, there is a F1 League Hall of Fame with all the champions and constructors champions. So,
But if there was a Hall of Fame bid to see, if you had to pick 5 drivers out of PSGL, go for it now. Who would be on it?
me, Iran,
Yeah,
Remco, Christopher Gore.
yeah.
And then the final one, I think he might not be at his peak anymore. I think Mr. Grumpy has been here a long time and has won a few titles. Jamie as well. So I'd say one of those two for the 5th choice.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about Jamie here. He's had some disappointing seasons.
He did win the NAC titles a few
F1
times. to be
He's
fair.
won the NAT titles, but he's been in prime positions to win 2, if not 3 titles here in the PSGL F1 League, but it's just not happened for him. But times, they are a-changing, and it could potentially be an opportunity for Nick Pine or Time Razine to press on and challenge Remco for the crown this season.
Hopefully. So yeah, Haas not having a good day, but they've been pulling points on
Are
Red
the other
Bull.
drivers having battles out there? Oh, I think Jack Lacey, Big C, against the Mercedes here for P7. Give him some airtime.
Yeah, well,
I think he will get the move done here.
yeah. I mean, Time Razine looks a bit closer, so I'm going to stand by with Time Razine. He
Alright.
does look closer. 4 tenths.
Alright, I'll report on Jack Lacey's progress, because there's a queue of cars up the road here for P5. But he's got to get the move done because laps are running out for Jack Lacey.
So yeah, Time Razine is not getting close. So
Yeah, go on board with Jack. I think he's having a good run up here, but it's just, I just don't think any cars are getting that slipstream. I think engine wear is starting to kick in here.
yeah, well, there's the 16 glitch in effect. With people leaving, it does contribute to it.
Yes, he is struggling to make inroads. He's got to overtake somewhere differently. I mean, Jack has had P4 at every race, Mr. Consistent, but
Yeah, top 4 in every race. So yeah, 4,
Should we have a
4,
look at the
3rd, 3rd,
penalties?
4th. The top 2 have no penalties. When I last looked. So yeah,
Ramco did have a penalty. Green,
yeah.
3 seconds from maximum. Drivers with multiple penalties, including the Chicks on his debut.
So yeah, lap 19, Time Razine just can't get close enough for this win. But I mean, Nick was
Well, I
only
think
1
Jack
away.
Lacey, he is looking quite close to the back of that Mercedes, but he is struggling, isn't he?
Yeah, he is struggling, that Mark.
But Jack Lacey can't get close enough.
Yeah, Jack's already had a great race, I have to say. It's been a bit better.
For a driver of his calibre.
Yeah, especially with the Red Bulls dropping out, which are putting them by 2
I
positions.
think Tom Razine is quite close here, but
We've been saying that for so many laps now.
yeah. Well, nonetheless, it's been a good race. Even though it may have died down these last few laps, it's dished up a spectacle.
Yeah, you can't expect fireworks for all 22
And
laps.
with 3 laps on the clock, we've asked you for a few questions before. If you've got one, do
How
send
about
them
some
in.
project cars on PC? I have no interest
It's
in
not a game
project
that I'm
cars.
interested in.
No,
I'd
I don't have a
rather play
PC.
WWE
Don't have a PC good enough to be playing games.
or international cricket.
But yeah, F1's my game I'm actually okay at. I'm not really good at many other games, well, FIFA. I'm okay at as well. But yeah, 3 laps remain. Time Razine still within that 3/10, 4/10 window. We want to see some battling, but will Time Razine just take it easy? He knows these
think
12
he-
points will be crucial.
Usually is really good on tyre wear, so he could add the heat in these closing laps here. I think Nick Pine's doing just enough in the exit of that corner to maintain the lead. Been a truly metronomical drive, hasn't it, from the McLaren driver
Yeah, I think
today?
Nick's been driving really well today. I think Time Razine as well. He was
Yeah.
like 5th, wasn't
You're
he?
in this situation, Big C, sorry, with 2 laps to go and you've got a driver behind you. How do you compose yourself? Is it all about the exits?
Yeah, it's all about the exits here. It's as simple as that. You just got to do your own thing. We have a few questions, but I mean, we've got to focus on this battle, so we'll get some.
Well, I can answer one of them quickly. If Palmer is fired by Renault, who should replace him? Someone with adequate F1 experience. I'm sure Big C would like to see Adrian Sutil back in the car, but I think it'd be nice to see someone get a move up from some of the other teams, maybe. Some of the lower
Yeah, I
teams.
think maybe I'd like to see someone like Vern or Boemi getting them back. I think they have been linked to realistic options for Rockin as well. I think.
Yeah,
give
Jean
someone else a
Van, I
chance.
think, deserves
Yeah.
another opportunity.
I think Johnny asked, any advice for newcomers? I'll answer.
Yeah, I'll answer.
Well, okay.
Because I think I've been the best at nurturing newcomers into
Green's out.
the league as Greeny retires. I think, newcomer to league racing, you just got to focus on consistency. Just got to make sure you keep it on the track, get to the end of the races, pick up as many points as you can, and just learn your trade in wheel-to-wheel racing. Don't overdo it, don't go too aggressive, unless if you know you can pull it off. Just get to learn your races and just enjoy the experience.
Yeah, I have to echo with that. I mean, just look at Ali. He was 3 seconds off me on F1 2015, and now he's destroying me, and he's challenging for the AOR title. You just keep going, keep playing the game, practice, and just enjoy it, and just keep trying, keep improving, and you'll get there.
Tries for Di Resta to come back to F1, but I think that ship has long sailed, or drowned like the Titanic.
Hopefully.
But we are on to our final lap here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Sunny evening.
Yeah, this is for the race win to go level on points with Remco if Time Regime does indeed take the full points. But it's going to be a big day for both drivers should they get whatever happens. So yeah, can Time Regime take the lead as we run down into Lecune for the final time? He's just not close enough.
Nick, he's not too far, is he, behind Time Regime in the standings?
No, 1 point.
Wow.
So Nick will move.
Take the lead?
No, Nick will move 1 point behind Remco.
And that is a big blow, isn't it, for Remco?
Massive.
To see such a huge deficit.
Yeah.
And surely he'll be worried.
I'd be worried. I never tended to DNF in crucial moments of the season. I usually managed to keep my lead if I had a lead.
Yeah, and Remco did DNF once at Singapore back in season 7 whilst he was the championship leader, and that cost him dearly against Aaron. And could it cost him dearly here today, as it looks like Nick Pine is going to win this race here as he comes through that final sector. He's got to make sure he's a sweet exit. Shouldn't be under any pressure or threat here.
No, I think he's got it under control. There's no way Time Regime's going to get past him without a Nick mistake. I just can't see it happening. Nick Pine, he's already won once this season. Back in Monte Carlo.
Be a metronomical drive.
It would indeed, as Nick Pine as Nick Pine breaks into the stop chicane for the final time for McLaren Honda. Nick Pine comes to the line to take his second career victory. And if only Nick Pine wins at Spa. With Time
It's a phenomenal drive for Nick Pine. Absolutely brilliant. Good drive for Time Regime. Strings together 2 good results for once in his lifetime. The Chicks will move into P4 due to penalties.
So I think it's Plaslan in third. So yeah, Plaslan will take third on his debut in the league. So yeah, went under the radar. So yeah, Nick will take the win. Time Regime second. Plaslan on debut third. Chicks fourth. On debut as well. Matsuka fifth. Jack sixth. Killer seventh. Samurai eighth. Rossi ninth. And on his debut as well, Maxi T takes the final point.
That's a good drive, isn't it, from Maxi T? He had that puncture earlier on, but he managed to get around. He didn't give up. He didn't leave. Got to the end.
He didn't make a silly mistake or anything.
To do.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's have a look through the DNFs. 3 big talking points. Boy with no face, well, a disappointment it was, but 2 smooths. A chance to win the race. Ravaged at the beginning and just couldn't cut the mustard.
Indeed, and we'll do a quick couple of minute interviews with the top 3 to round things off before playing some FIFA. I don't have any work or anything. So yeah. It has, but it's only 25 to 10, so...
It's not bad, is it?
So yeah, slipstream glitch for Time Regime ultimately cost him any chance of winning, but we'll get the guys in to see their thoughts, or hear their thoughts.
Alright.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just...
Hello, Nick. Yeah, well done again, mate. That was intense. The whole race, that was just intense.
Yeah, I had the
I can
slipstream
imagine.
place, man. Nothing I
I
could
know.
do.
I thought there was something like that, mate. I was saving all my rich mix just for the Camel Straight, and the whole rest of the lap I was going down to
I
standards, and I was
wouldn't
just
go over
using.
345, 346. That was it.
Oh, really?
And
Uh,
ladies
Closer
and
to.
gentlemen, that is a tone of happiness from both drivers as they see the championship lead cut.
Took us
Little
1 point.
Remco.
Literally. Anyway,
Just
so we'll
one
start the
point.
we'll start the questions. Nick, your second career win. Obviously with Remco going off, it was a crucial day. How do you feel taking your second win?
oh, brilliant! It was. The thing is, I'd been following Maxi Luca and Tusmus, and it was when Tusmus had went off at the top of Eau Rouge that I seen obviously that he'd retired. And I was like, right, that's one guy out the way. But pretty much instantaneously after that, the message came up saying Remco retired, and then from then I knew this is it. I really have to get a solid result here today. So I mean, from then I was just trying to keep it clean. I knew I had the pace. Time regime, he's slipstream glitch, I think. But I mean, I'm going to take every chance I get. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be worried about that. That's how it goes. But yeah, it was a really good, enjoyable race. It was just intense with Ugi there. I knew I had two warnings, so one more would have given me a 3 second penalty, and I know Ugi never really gets penalties, so I was just trying to keep it clean. But I mean,
And do you think, yeah,
there you
sorry,
go.
and do you think you can win the title from here?
Well, it obviously puts me in a very strong position, and that's now the halfway point, I believe. So, I mean, it's pretty much as it was at the start of the season. Obviously, the first two races I didn't really put much effort into, and since then I've had a second, a first, a second, and a first. So things are looking good for me. It's just as long as I can keep finishing ahead of Remco and Ugi on track, maybe even Jack Lacey as well. Hopefully I can sort of bring the title closer. But still just taking it race by race. But of course, that's always the end goal, innit?
Lovely stuff. And second time regime. Obviously, you probably obviously wanted to win, but I mean, back-to-back podiums, it makes a change for you. A bit of consistency, I guess.
Yeah, very pleased with the podium. And very pleased with the result in terms of the championship. Congrats to Nick though, well deserved win. He pushed really hard. There wasn't the glitch, probably would have been a different story. I think I was losing about half a second a lap on my pace when I was practicing, so could have been a different story, but let's see.
And Timer, just with the disappointment of the India versus Pakistan cricket score yesterday, does this make up for it?
Well, yeah, in the second innings, I think when the second wicket fell down, I started practicing. I already started making up for it, so I wasn't really interested in the match after that. Uh, Good result for India, though. I really enjoyed their batting.
Okay, let's get
So,
back on track.
Yeah, obviously the next track's Canada. I think Canada's renowned for being a lot stronger on the wheel compared to the pad. Remco's on the pad, so do you see that as another race to put some distance between yourselves and Remco?
yeah, 6 races left, and I just want to be as consistent as possible. That's something missing from my game, and I just want to keep it clean. Even if I lose positions at the start, I think I can get them back at the end. But because I have
Alright.
the pace.
And we do have a question in our live chat from 7th Gear RL for Timer. It's saying that why have you been so inconsistent this season?
It's just been impatient more than inconsistent. That's cost me. I've had the pace, and I went for half-hearted overtakes, and I've sort of decided not to go anything that isn't there anymore. Just go for solid overtakes because I have the pace.
Oh, fair enough. Just one last question to Nick. Like Robert Snodglass's delivery, you had a very good delivery out of that final corner onto that straight for Blanchimont. How did you do it? Just keeping your lead to Timer.
I mean, I was trying to break a bit earlier, just so I could sort of accelerate through the corner a bit more, and that seemed to work. A lot of it, I mean, I spent most of the race at about point 0.4 and point 0.4 fuel, so I just used rich when I could, and luckily Spa's such a long lap that if you run standards in say sector 2, you make it up, you make it back up, so you're never really losing much. So I was basically just using rich mix when I could, and just putting it down to standard when I didn't need it, and it seemed to work.
Oh, that's very tactical. We've got one last question from Josh Roberts in the chat. There's a question to both Nick and Oogie. Which of the title contenders do you you believe has the biggest support of the grid, including the lower echelons of teams such as Sauber and Force India?
Political question.
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if Remco's got much support. Obviously, he's got the history, so I mean, he doesn't really need much support behind him. But I don't know. Myself and Ugi are still quite new to PSGL, so I don't
And
know.
quite
Maybe.
popular.
Ah, well, it seems that way, mate. So I don't know. I'll let the fans decide.
Yeah, well, support can be crucial throughout the season
It
with
can
fellow
indeed,
drivers.
it can.
Has influenced various titles in the past, and it could come to the forefront again.
But yeah, I think that rounds up the questions. So thanks to Nick and Tyrosine on their great drives and great answers as always. So
Yeah, thank
next
you.
week is Canada, so I'll be back for more of the same. Hopefully, more battling and more Tuzmas in the wall probably. So
Yeah, just can I have one last off-the-shore question? What did you guys make of Tuzmu's slippery vehicle out of Eau Rouge?
I'm not gonna lie. I just busted laughing. I mean, it's just been the story of his. It's been the story of his season, really. Like,
Yeah, I think the commentators picked up on that.
it's just like when I seen him go off and I seen the message come up, I was just like, here we go again, man. I had to bust it laughing. I mean, he just so
You weren't
lucky this
the
season,
only
but-
one laughing.
yeah,
Too
I'll end the
bad for a
stream.
guy. Too bad for a guy.
But